I've got a real retro project here today. This is a Intellivision, manufactured in 1979 by Mattel Electronics. They had this sitting in a back room when I picked up some other consoles to work on recently. Paid 15 bucks for it. Apparently has some trouble reading games. The number 8 is stuck on the pad. So, but not reading games is probably an easy solution. The game port's over here on the side, and it's got contacts in it, just like a Nintendo or Sega Genesis, something like that. So that might just need cleaning and then it would read games, but for right now I just thought we'd tear it down, take a look at what makes this thing tick, so here we go. So I'm noticing there's quite a bit of rust on these screws, so there may be some water damage in there. Hopefully that's not anything affecting the electronics, but I guess we'll keep going here. I only found 4 screws on the outside here holding it together, so it's pretty simple. So we got these controllers, look like they just feed right through the openings. Yeah. So that's kind of nice. I guess this whole top piece comes right off. And power switch. There is a lot of rust in here. On the plastic even. On the sides, these wires look like they go to the power supply. Got some packing peanuts in here. That's nice. I'll keep going here and we'll see. Hopefully there's no water damage under here. This seems to be just a plastic piece that holds this all down. It looks like this is all there is for power. 3 connections here. That's kind of interesting. It's like a ribbon cable, kind of different. That's the power board. Cardboard piece under here. A couple of them. Once we have that power supply out of the way, it looks like this is the power cord here. See the other side of this? I wonder if that just bunched up over time in there, or if that's supposed to be wrapped up in there like that to keep the power cord shorter. It's a little strange. There's not little nubs or anything on it to keep it held in here. So this power switch looks like it's just a really basic power switch, and then this little plastic piece covers it up on top here. Yeah, you can see just how rusted this shielding is here. This is just the shielding on top of the PCB here. That is pretty nasty, so this has seen some stuff in its day. We're going to take this out, see what we've got. Looks like the controllers plug in here. So here's the motherboard that's in this. Looks like it's soldered down here by some clips, but that's not really soldered anymore. There's little clips along the edge here. These little clips look to be holding it down, but I think they've been removed. Yeah, you can see here. One thing I really love about these old boards is these hand-drawn traces. I just think that's really neat looking. It's almost like a piece of artwork to think somebody sat down and actually drew those out by hand and figured that out in their head instead of using a computer program. It's just so organic looking. I really enjoy looking at these. That is pretty obviously some scorching to the board there. So a lot of heat going on. Got another shield here. That just came right off. Got some more rust here. And here is the main board. Not a whole lot going on here. That would be the channel 3 and 4 switch. And here would be the RF output. You can see it's just looks like a little RCA connector, but that's actually for the RF cable. This is the one that came with it anyway. I'm assuming it's the original, but that just plugs into there. Here's the cartridge connector on the side of the board. These are labeled as ROMs here, these three. And then this is sound, so that must be the sound processor, and then the other processors must be under these heat sinks, which are pretty heavily hot glued down to the board here. And then these are some LS74 logic chips here. And that's really it. These would be the controller ports. Looks like I bent some of these pins when I took it out. And then these are the two wires that went off to the power supply board. That blue wire goes under there, under that chip. Looks like there's a diode right next to it, but that's right in the area where all that scorching is taking place. I thought I'd open one of these controllers as well, since this is the one that the number 8 on here is dented a bit. These are just interesting controllers, I mean, before they had any kind of standard D-pad or anything. It's this little disc here, and these buttons on the side, kind of rubbery. They're not really soft rubber, but not hard plastic either. Usually these might have like an overlay. Instead of just numbers, it might have, like, you know, a menu button or action button or something like that with a picture on it that you can press. So let's open this up. Looks like this one only has 2 screws, so someone's probably been into it before. And I have not seen one of these before, so this should be pretty interesting. A little rusty dirty in there as well. So that's interesting. There's a spring on the other side of this that gives it some sort of resistance when it's on here. You can see there's, looks like some really worn down pads here. So I wonder if this works. But this would be the direction sensors. Let's take a look at this. Looks like these side buttons just pop right out. And there are several layers here. So this is pretty interesting. It's just printed on this plastic. There's a couple of layers here, I guess, that make contact with each other somehow for the button presses. It looks like there's not any kind of a clip that holds this on here. It's just right here, that just touches against this for the signals from this pad. So here's a view of the inside of the controller. These contacts here, this is what touches up against that plastic overlay here. So it looks like just from the pressure of being inside with the controller closed, that makes contact there. And then that goes out the cord to this connector that goes into the main board. It's really unusual. I've never seen anything like that. I wonder if other older systems have something like that.
Please listen carefully as our menu options may have changed. Calls are recorded for quality assurance. We're very excited to tell you about a special promotion for select callers. This will only take a moment. By answering just a few questions, we will find out if this offer is right for you. Congratulations! You've qualified for a free medical alert system. You know, it's the little button that you wear around your neck that you press in case of an emergency or fall. Just for calling today, you have qualified to receive free roadside assistance. Your free roadside assistance entitles you to free towing, 3 oil changes throughout the year, and much more. Just for calling in today, you are entitled to a $100 shopping certificate, redeemable for purchases from major retailers like Walmart, Target, and many more. Just for calling in today, you have the opportunity to receive special pricing on TV, internet, and phone services from DirecTV. DirecTV is your source for the best in TV entertainment. Bundle DirecTV.